Hi, I'm Data Potato, and this is Python very quickly. First off, we're gonna get Python, then we're gonna open it. Now's a good time to tell you that Python is a programming language. We tell the computer to do stuff, and if we use the right words, it can do it. We can tell Python to print any message, but straight up telling our computer to get mental help isn't going to work as well. A variable is something we can use to store data, and you'll see why these are useful later on. There are many types of data types in Python, but the most common ones are shown here. A function is something that contains its own code, but instead of rewriting all that code, you can just activate it in one line. There's some built-in functions that are very useful, like print and len and some math functions. You don't really need to memorize any of this, just Google whatever you need when you need it. If statements tell you to do something when one thing is happening. Here is a marvelous example of an if statement that I just came up with. You can also use for loops and while loops, both of which are very helpful, as you'll soon see. You can make your own functions, which is technically never required, but makes your code much nicer. Not only can you run Python in a blank Python interpreter, you can also make Python files. Remember to save. And this next slide is important, huh? It's empty? Oh, I see, it's on the next page. Time gives you temporal powers, enabling the manipulation of the chronicle continuation configuration and precision measurement capabilities required of supernatural beings. Or at least, with this library, we can get the time in seconds. Random is pretty self-explanatory. I can see you're still confused. I don't understand why you don't understand. It's literally just a random number in between two values. Turtle is a funny little thing, perfect for starting graphics. You can make a Tron Bike game with Turtle graphics. If you want to do more advanced graphics, with images and animations in Python, you should use Pygame or something similar. You can also download your own libraries from the internet. PyInput is an example of a library that I've used that can simulate key presses. Input is a very useful function for Python. Try it out yourself to see how it works. It gets the player's input. Come on. If we don't want the game to stop when we type something, you'll need some kind of library like keyboard. Now, let's make a game. This game will be a cheesy idle game about pizza. The first step in making a game is to outline what you want. It's okay if this changes later. Also, this game will be more fun if you edit it to make it better. If you are uncreative, there will be some ideas in the description. Onward! We get the necessary libraries, establish the necessary variables, make functions for purchasing upgrades, displaying statistics, and making pizza, and finally make the game loop. The full game is in the description, do what you will with it. That's all for this video. I make funny coding videos about funny games, so subscribe if you feel like sticking around. And yeah, comment your feedback on my video or questions or whatever. Data Potato, out.